haven't uploaded in a while, but I figured it's Halloween and there's all the new stuff, new cars, new clothes, new whatever coming out. I figured I'd show some ways to get money because I see all the videos all the time on ways to make money, and it's like how to make $5 million in 10 seconds. And it's all fake. It never helps anything. You never find any money. So I'm going to show some actual ways to get money that I've done. I don't have a lot of money right now because I've bought a bunch of stuff, but I can get money pretty easily now. So I will say, for doing half the stuff to get money, having an oppressor too is really easy. It helps. You don't need one. You can use a normal car, or a helicopter. This helps you get around the map quicker, so you can get money easier. But no, I just crashed into that. But yeah. So I will show you all different types of ways to make money, what makes it better, and how to do it when you have no money. So I can do more in-depth tutorials if that's requested. But all right. So one of the biggest, and probably you've heard a million times, is to have the master control terminal, which is in here. The arcade. The arcade's nice. It's a good way of passive money. You get like, don't remember the exact amount, but you get money in your safe over time. Not a lot, but you get a little bit. It's some form of passive money where you're just playing. If you're playing all day doing a bunch of missions and sell missions and stuff, this will be filling up while you're doing that. So you can get money from that. Not a lot, like I said, only got 10,000, but it's still extra money. So there's tons of things you can do, but let's say once you get a bunch of money, once you've been able to buy multiple businesses and stuff, you're probably wondering, okay, well, how do I make money with all these businesses I have? Preferably, you buy this for quite a bit of money. I think it's roughly around 3 mil, maybe over. I don't know the exact amount, but you have the master control terminal, which is very handy. Obviously, you can be a CEO or be a biker club member or whatever you want to be, but I would recommend that for your biker club, you buy a cocaine lockup, and also buy the meth lab, and you can get a free counterfeit cash one, I think, if you have a Prime or a Twitch Prime or whatever. And then the weed farm's alright. I wouldn't recommend the document forgery office. I already had it, so whatever. But the best ones here is this one right here, and then this one's alright. And this one's just easy. So those are the biker businesses you want to buy, and you do want to buy the upgrades and the security available for all of them eventually, because it makes you get a lot more money over time. Any bunker, preferably one closer to the city, is probably requested. Mine's a little farther out, but it's still doable. A bunker is a good way to make money too. And then your nightclub, which this is why the master control terminal is so great. You can run all your businesses from here and just start everything from here, which is really easy. So the nightclub is probably an end thing. Like, yeah, you can get it off the start, and if you get the popularity going, you can start making like 50,000 or more, 250,000. You make a bunch of money in your safe passively over time, but it takes quite a while. This right here is probably the best passive form of income in this game. There's so many ways to make money now, but if you get all the upgrades, you have this. It'll take stuff from your biker businesses and your other businesses, and it'll put it in here, and this is completely separate stock. I have different stock for the biker businesses that I do in here. It's separate, but it's connected to them, but separate stock. So this will just build up by itself over time. You don't have to source any, you don't have to find any, you get all this over time yourself. And then you just click sell, and you sell it all at once, and you can get a big payout. Like right now, it's not too high, it's at roughly $8,800. 800,000, yeah. However, I'm butchering that sentence, but it's okay. But yes, as you can see, you get that amount right there. And you can get a lot higher depending on having more stock or whatever. So that's a good form of passive income over time. You buy this once you have all the biker businesses, and you can get a really good set of passive income just with ease. And to get your popularity up, you just do the popularity missions, and you can hire new DJs. That'll help get it up too. And that's how you can get passive income from the nightclub, which is not what I would say you'd want to start with, because getting money, you need a lot of money to get that actually running to make money. Gun running supplies, it's also not bad. You can sell stuff on here too. It's not too bad. You make decent profit from here. If you're doing solo, you probably only want to start selling when your stock's around a quarter, maybe closer to half, because if it's the higher up it is, the more vehicles you can have for stuff, and that can make you fail the sell mission and not get as much money. So usually you'll just do the sell to Los Santos, and you'll sell it at usually a quarter, and you can get a decent amount of money and sometimes extra payouts. Obviously, it's easier when you're in a public session with a lot of people, because then you get more money out of it, but you can still sell it from here. This costs quite a bit of money to get as well, especially get it all upgraded and stuff. This costs quite a bit as well, but it's one of those things that once you get enough money to get it, that's another one of those you'd want to buy. This one right here. That's once you get some money, that's probably one of the top ones to get to start making quick money. The biker club, it doesn't cost crazy amount to buy it, like the biker club itself, but it's the businesses that take longer. So you can get these two are your first ones you should try to buy. Well, maybe the Cash Factory because it's cheaper. You can start doing that one to get more money to be able to do these ones. But once you get all the biker clubs, the gun running, is usually the first kind of. Those are usually out of these businesses that you'll get in the Master Control Terminal. These are probably the best ones you'd want to buy. This one, this one, and this one. And then eventually you'd want to get the nightclub once you have all the biker businesses. Don't buy that till after, that's what I would recommend. So once you got all these, then obviously you can make money off vehicle cargo if you buy a CEO office, but it costs a little money just to get that set up as well. You can make some decent money off vehicle cargo and buy that, and that's a good way. It's nowhere near being one of the top ways to make money, but vehicle cargo isn't bad. You can get that and make some money to help you be able to afford some of this other stuff. Special cargo, which is like your crates and stuff and your CEO warehouses. If you just collect all that over time and just build up your warehouse and wait for like a double money on for your own events for the special cargo, then you sell it. That's a good way to make a lot of money. So those are good to have, but if you like doing that and you like it because it's completely like, it's not passive at all. You got to do it all yourself. So that's one that you would have to do completely. You have to grind that one. It's one of the grinding ones. But if you like it, then that's a good way to make money. It really is. So I'd go for that as well. Obviously, you should buy CEO offs at some point in general because they're just good to have. You get a lot of bonuses to do. So as you see, you can pretty much sell everything from your Master Control Terminal. Now, I wouldn't buy this unless you have the spare money or you've already gotten later in the game. But it's still a good option. I would still recommend getting it when you either have the money or once you've already got a couple other businesses, because it's a good way to run all your businesses at once instead of having to always go around the map, and it just makes it more challenging. I would be probably wondering, well, how do I get the money to buy any of these businesses? Or why don't I just save up for the $2 million sub and play the Cayo Perico heist? Which you can. It's a good way to make money. It's kind of nerfed on console where you can't replay it constantly. But it's still not a bad option. It's still good to play because if you can figure it out, which I have a guide on how to do the setups easy on my channel, and then how to do the actual heist. Well, the most fast ways you can do it. But it's definitely an option. I would say you can use that to get money, but if you can save up and get the submarine, that's definitely a go-to way. But if you don't want to actually be playing heists and you want to just get money in free roam, then you can actually use all these businesses to make money. They're not just there for no reason. So definitely get the sub eventually, because it's an easy way to afford upgrades on your on all your businesses. I would probably say, since it's just kind of a one-time purchase thing, save up and buy the sub first. Before you buy all the finishing stuff like the arcade and the nightclub and all that extra stuff, or the auto shop, don't buy that till you make sure you have the sub first. I'd say CEO office is a priority to buy. And then probably a biker club, and then you can slowly buy the businesses for it over time until you get enough money. And then the gun running, the bunker business, once you get enough for that, by grinding out all those businesses. And then you can start, then I'd say you should probably buy the sub after that, before you buy like the auto shop, or before you buy nightclub or the arcade, because they cost a lot of money to be able to make money. The auto shop's got a bunch of heists and stuff you can do, which are kind of cool. I can show those right now, but they're not the best way to get money, honestly, unless you enjoy them. Everyone enjoys different stuff, but you might enjoy them, so if that's something that you enjoy doing, then probably a good way to make money. But I'll show you right now. This is a decent way to make money, because you can do... Excuse me. Alright, so there's always heists here, or contracts, or whatever you want to call them. They pay decent payouts. Like, this is the ECU job. You can do different ones. Its payouts 172k. They're just like mini heists, kind of like the Fleekid job, but you do a lot more in it. Heists, the old heists are still a good way to make money. They're fun, but you don't make a lot of money for them. They're just kind of fun if you're into that. I'd definitely play those to help you get money, especially if you are new. You can play all the heists and you can get first-time bonuses, which is actually quite a lot of extra money if you do all the heists. It's just finding friends to play them is kind of difficult because you don't want randoms, and if you don't have a bunch of people to play it with you, then it's kind of sucks, because then you gotta play with randoms and they'll die and it's just pain. But they're not bad. The Diamond Casino heist, it just takes so long to set up. It's a good heist, it just takes forever to set up, so if you don't want to take 10 years to do everything, then probably not your thing. So I've showed you all the things that you want to kind of go for later on once you have the money to buy everything, but how would you go ahead and get all this money to start buying all these businesses to make the money? There is actually tons of things you can still do. There's one more, like some extra stuff if you're on the new gen consoles like PS5 and the new Xbox, and you can get some extra things that you can't do on old gen. But one of the biggest recommendations is doing the time trials. I did the regular one right here. Doing the time trials is definitely a good choice. I would definitely recommend those, because if you do the time trials, it's a decent way to make money. That's, I think, 50 to 100 grand or something, just by finishing this, and they're not too hard. The regular time trial, a good thing to do that is getting a fully upgraded Batty 801, which is just a really cheap, easy bike that's been around forever. It's a good way to do the regular time trial. And then if you want to get a little bit extra and you're on the new gen and you have enough money, I recommend you buy the Hakuchu Drag, I think it's called. It's, if you put an HSW upgrade on that, it costs a bit of money, but you do that and you do the HSW time trial every week. That's a couple $100,000 to help you upgrade your businesses. So buying some vehicles and like some equipment before you start doing all these businesses is probably a priority. So I would buy things like the Hakushu Drag, the Oppressor, the Submarine. That's all things you want to get. You can do that. You can get up to start buying those things one at a time once you find ways to get money, which, like, doing the double money and triple money events every week, because there's always a new one, different game modes. Like, obviously it's Halloween, so you have the Alien Survival series, there's double money, and the bunker stuff, that's all double money. Doing that and races, if you enjoy races, when those are double money, because they go double money all the time. Doing all that is probably one of the easiest ways to actually make money to save up and buy businesses. And then you buy them, like I said, in the order. But I think one of the first businesses next to the CEO that you should definitely buy is the agency, which is the newest one. It's actually a very good way to make money. Yes, you can do the long thing called the contract, and there's the Franklin Lamar missions, and those are okay ways to get money, but one of my favorite ways for this is the payphone hits, which are very easy. very easy to do. You just call Franklin once you get this all set up, which takes a couple minutes once you buy it. And then you can call Franklin, press the payphone, hit, go to the nearest payphone, which if you buy this agency, the one right here that I have, there's a payphone like just down the street, so it makes it really easy. You just call right outside your agency, and there's a payphone right there. So doing that is a good way because you can get up to I think $85,000 like every like 10 to 5 minutes just by calling and doing what it says, and just a quick 85K. And just you do that a bunch in a public session while your stock's building up in your biker club. Then there's a good way to build up your money very fast. And then you can start buying the upgrades to get everything, like the nightclub and all the different businesses. And once you have them all, I showed you, you can go to the terminal and then just start selling like that. Like you go to your nightclub and sell all your biker businesses from the arcade, and then you can, while you're doing all that, it'll build up and you'll be able to sell the nightclub with its big profit and get a bunch of money, which will take a little bit more time, but you get a bigger payout, and you can do that after selling all your biker businesses. And then if you want to even make even more time in between selling stuff, do a payphone hit once you get the agency. And then you can also, because there's a bit of a countdown between doing the Cayo Perico heist, so you could always sell stuff from your businesses during those cooldown periods for the Cayo Perico heist, which will make it very easy. And it makes it a lot better, and if you just do that, because then your payout that you're going to be getting is a lot higher. You're doing Cayo Perico, and then in between be selling stuff, so your money will go up really quick. You make money easily just by doing the sell missions in between playing the heist. Just do missions in the starter heist that you can easily just request from your phone. Like you go like right here, you can go heists. Do stuff like that just to get yourself enough money to buy a better car, or like the different bikes and stuff to be able to do time trials and do the actual missions like that are double money every week. And that can give you enough money to start buying all the businesses. And then, as I explained, once you have them, there's kind of good orders that you could buy them and sell everything from them. It is necessary to buy the upgrades for all the businesses because it makes you earn a lot more money over time. So I still would recommend getting all the upgrades. I know it's a lot of extra money, but it will make you a lot of extra money in the long run. And then you can finally buy these crazy expensive cars that Rockstar decides to overprice. So no, I won't say, it's not going to take you 5 minutes to make $1 billion in GTA. Until you get a lot of businesses, it takes time. You gotta save up to get the businesses, which, as long as you keep playing double money events and stuff, which you can just go to Social Club, Rockstar Social Club on Google and on Chrome or whatever, and you'll be able to actually see all double money events and missions and what they are, if you don't want to look through GTA trying to find which ones. And just by doing that, you can get a lot of extra money from doing that, and then use that money to buy yourself the businesses to actually sell those and start getting more and more and more, because the more businesses you have, the more money opportunities you have to make. And then just a little bonus right now, if you can do this before the Halloween events are all over, during your sessions, you can take out your phone, and during the night when you see all the UFOs that are everywhere, you can actually take pictures of those, and you can earn 15K per UFO. So you drive around the maps taking pictures of those, it's quite a bit of extra money. Actually, if you had time and you hopped on right now during this Halloween event and probably took a picture of every UFO on the map, you'd probably have enough money to buy something to help you with one of your businesses, or be able to buy something to do the heists, and it'll give you money to be able to get more money to get it. So there's always bonus events that there's always going on. I won't say it's easy to make the money, but once you start actually having all the stuff available, then it becomes easy. It just takes a minute to get everything. And then you can buy all types of cars, all the new events, and all the new updates. Obviously, hopefully not for long, because hopefully GTA 6 comes out at some point. Maybe. But yeah, so pretty easy. If any in-depth tutorials on some of these businesses or actually wanting to see some of the sell missions happen, I could always do something like that to show how easy ways to do all the sell missions. There's some that you just don't want to do and they'll just suck. Doing these in public, like you can do some things in the new solo session. I don't know if it's on old gen and new gen, but you can do some things in the new solo session. I believe you can go to your master terminal and sell everything from there if you have all the stuff already, which is very handy. And you can go to your MC businesses and sell stuff from those in solo session, so people won't kill you on their oppressors and fly around and do stuff like that. But if you don't want to go into a solo session, you want to be able to do everything, there is ways to get into a public solo session like I'm in right now. You can change your settings and stuff, MTU settings, which is one of the things people do on PS4, but you can actually do it, I don't know if it's on PS4 and PS5, but I just did this before this video to get into a public session. I don't remember the exact way to do it, but there is ways you can go on YouTube, and I can guarantee you'll find a video in like top of the page showing you a way to get into a solo public session. If anyone would like to see how to do that, I can make a video on that real quick. It would take no time at all, but it's just a really easy way. You go to Rockstar Creator, and then once you get in there, you go to an invite-only session, and then once you're in an invite-only session, you would go to closed crew session, and then all of a sudden you're in a public only. I don't know how it works, but it happens. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the best ways to make money in GTA. You basically got to take time and do all the missions, double money stuff, pay attention for all that until you have enough to buy businesses, and then just buy them in the right order. Don't buy the nightclub or the arcade first. That's just gonna be a waste of money and it's gonna be problematic. Buy things like the agency and the CEO office, like things like those first. An apartment to do some of the original heists, just to be able to build your money, to be able to actually afford the other businesses. And once you can afford those, you're good. You have money anytime you blog on, and you can eventually get enough to do the Cayo Perico heist, and that's pretty much infinite money, so just do that as a loop and you're pretty much good. So money isn't impossible to make in this game, it's just difficult because, you know, Rockstar makes everything super expensive.